go. I got to lean in.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another recap for a review for the Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm here with Antonio and Dream to talk about this latest episode that I thoroughly enjoyed before I went to bed last night. It's the Monday before my birthday, so I'm actually leaving today, but we're here today, and I believe Danny agreed to host next week's show, so we won't miss a week. So shout out to everybody that has a birthday in October, but special shout out to everybody who is a Scorpio, like myself. Hey, Antonio. Dream, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. I'm glad to see you guys. Hey, Antonio.
Hey, Dream.
Antonio, how are you? How was you said you've been traveling. You went to London and you went to the wineries and stuff in San Francisco last week. It's just too much going on.
Yeah, that's why I need to sit down because
you don't have to sit down. Keep going.
I need to rest. I'm stopped up. That the weather was beautiful though in San Francisco. It was really good. San Francisco was a good trip. It was just a place that was on my bucket list, so I was like, I'll just go to San Francisco. So yeah.
I used to live there. I don't like to live there, but I do love the city. I like to visit. Yeah. Did you go to Napa?
I did go to Napa. Uh-huh.
Napa is like the best. It's so beautiful. Like, did you get drunk? Yeah. Did you take the train or you drove back? What you do?
I drove. Me and my homegirl went, and we ended up driving. So, that wine had me,
gone. I was gone.
I had to. You have to sit down and drink some water and eat before you. Yeah. It was one of those.
You look good though.
It is.
All those pictures you posted, Antonio.
Oh thank you.
Antonio always gonna have a nice little label on and be looking real glistening. He's like the real Marlo, like the authentic Marlo. It's crazy because he don't even like Marlo.
I know he's Marlo.
Oh God.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about Potomac. It's episode 3. I'm actually really enjoying this season. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm actually all in. I look forward to it, which is something I've not looked forward to a Housewives show or episode in a while. I'm talking about across all of them, because I watched them, I reviewed them, but I actually watched this one the same night it came on, which hasn't happened in a long time. I usually watch it right before this. So that's a good sign for me anyway. Good season. Last week we had Danny and Asia were here to talk about. So Antonio and Dream are here. Of course, this panel is made of us 3, Sammy, Jasmine. Like, the other Jasmine is actually part of this panel, but she's busy right now. She just started working and she's coaching these kids. So she'll be here throughout the season to tell Giselle and that Giselle, who the hell Giselle thinks she is. We're all here for the rest of the season. So just look out. Like, subscribe. And let's talk about episode 3. So last week's episode was Giselle's charity event. The girls, they were invited to Karen's event last minute, the majority of the girls, minus Vivian and Ashley, decided to go by her event first. And they were supposed to be at Giselle's event by 8:00. They arrived at 8:02. They had to finish their little roadie totes at 8:02, so it took them 2 minutes to get inside. And we pick up in this episode, they get in at 8:04. And Giselle is upset. She tells them they should leave. She calls security and says that hoes don't be listening. And so, Jazzy, Stacy, and Mia, all the ladies are kind of like pissed because, they really did make a true effort to try to be at this event on time. They originally said 8:30. They were rushing against the traffic in time, and they made it to Karen's event and at this event. So technically, they did what they supposed to do. I've seen a lot of debates online. People say Giselle's not wrong, or is she wrong? Before I get y'all's, before I keep going, who do y'all think was right? Do y'all think Giselle was wrong with the way she handled it, or was she right, well in her right because they were late, or because they had already RSVP to her event first, but then decided to go to Karen's last minute? What do y'all think?
Dream, you want to go?
Rational Dream thinks that Giselle was wrong, but Petty Dream thinks that Giselle was completely right. Kick them hoes out. Security.
I get where Dream is going with that. I think that she was wrong in how she handled it, but I think she was correct in feeling the way that she felt, especially being that they had already RSVP'd to her event. I think they should have just been like, hey, or went by Karen's event earlier and said, hey, we can only stay, 15, 20 minutes and we gotta dip out. So I think that was the right thing to do for them. And they did try their best to do both events, but we know the real person at fault here is Karen, the Grand Dame Huger. Like, she tried to swoop in with that, save face event, and she got an award. You still got to go to court, baby. I'm sorry, but you do. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in this episode, as I said, they got kicked out. And, Stacy is she's hyperventilating. She can't believe it. She's just shaking, in the words of Lisa Barlow. She's shaking on the Sprinter van. Seems to be a trend. Vivian goes out to check on them, and she's just shaking or whatever. But then Ashley runs behind her with her little notepad and her little piece of paper and trying to get donations. And the ladies are like, "Oh no, Tacky Bird, get out of here! You will not kick us out and try to get a donation." Jazzy tries to close the door on her, whether she did it physically or press the button. And then, of course, Ashley turned into, despite her just saying last week she identifies as a Black woman, she turned into her true white woman self and says that she was being assaulted and all these things. And so Jazzy goes off and is like, go to bed, Ashley. You got bags. Good night. Yeah, she did. You got bags.
She did.
Mia, who is kind of not too fond of Giselle in this moment because of the stuff that was said at Karen's Inquisition brunch or whatever. She said, F Giselle. She wouldn't want to eat with her. She don't want to be at her tacky ass house. And she don't want to be around her, the Willy Wonka furniture. And I ain't gonna lie, I hollered. Because these are things we've been saying for years. Literally. So any thoughts on this scene? How they got kicked out, Giselle's reaction, and just how upset Jazzy, Stacy, and Mia were in the van. Meanwhile, Wendy and Kiana are still at Carrie's event, having a good old time, not even worried about anything at Giselle's event. Antonio.
So yeah, I think what kind of like when they were, the late queens were sitting up there talking to Giselle, they're like, oh, what you should do is take it out and get a donation, and we got to reach our 15K. I thought I would have took that thing and threw it on the ground with the QR code on it and threw it on the ground. I think that Jazzy was right by trying to close Ashley up in the door. I didn't think it was possible for me to dislike Ashley any more than I probably did last year. And I do. And I feel even stronger that this should definitely be her last season, just based off these first 3 episodes. She got her cheap outfits, her bad wigs, they have to go immediately. I was like, when Mia read Giselle's furniture and stuff, I'm like, no, what her furniture do to you? But you could tell those women did have a right to be upset, because the way that was done, you could tell that Giselle was like upset for real with them, but the way that it was, she just should not have, because they did make an effort to try to be at both events. Y'all filming the show, y'all did it on the same night, so it's like, okay, we're gonna try to support both of the women, and I get it, but I think that they let Ashley live a little bit too much for me outside, and I'm glad that Jazzy read her and her bags. So
I definitely would have called security if I'm kicking Mia out of anywhere, considering how Mia can get when she be tossing drinks and glasses and whatever. So I think Giselle did right by calling whoever that guy was a security over, because ain't no way I'm about to kick Mia out without security.
I'm glad it wasn't the last security guy she had at that reunion that didn't do nothing and was standing scared. So this guy did at least walk up. So yeah.
Yeah, he gave them a chance. He did. He was standing there. As far as Ashley, that was really tacky. That Mia saying that she doesn't do tacky and classless. No, Mia, we're not gonna do that one. We can't do that one. But Ashley going outside to ask for a donation after these ladies just got kicked out, I would have slammed the door. I know it was like a push button that was like automatic. It was going slow. No, I would have slammed that door on Ashley. We would have had a problem, because how are you gonna kick me out and then ask for a donation? Man, get out my face. So I think I'm on Jazzy's side with that. I'm on all of the ladies' side, honestly, in the band, because don't come to me with a donation after I got kicked out. So I think they all handled it pretty well. Could have got It could have got worse.
It could have. It really could have. Okay, so as we're on the subject of Ashley, this is where Ashley was kind of cremated in this next scene by several women. She took wax from everybody, right? So in this next scene, we see Stacy and Jazzy. Jazzy's coming over to Stacy's house, and then they're kind of having a brief conversation about Giselle and having security and how they were just distraught about how they got kicked out. Ashley pops up. She shows up to the house, and Jazzy is just not here for it. You know, she's kind of standing on business of the way she feels about her. And so, you know, they kind of had basically they talk about the night, and you know, Ashley being true Ashley form is just like, well, G and A had a great night. And so this is what Jazzy calls it gangsters and alcohol. And I was like, okay. And I just, as I see Jazzy more, I see that Jazzy is just a very quick, you know, girl. Like I said, I think I said last week, like I feel she gives me Candace in a way. I don't know, like just a little bit, like she's very quick in her words. So in this moment, you know, she lets Ashley have it. They go back and forth or whatever. And they go back and forth as the doorbell rings. Karen walks in. Karen walks into them going back and forth still. So they just kind of basically talk about how she shut the door on her, and then Jazzy said she didn't do it, and she pressed the button, the door closed on its own, yada, 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 right? So Karen comes in and gets involved or whatever. And, you know, Ashley turns to Karen trying to basically say, like, you know, you're wrong for inviting these girls to this event, knowing that we had this event, basically making the ladies have to split their time or whatever. And Karen was just saying that she, you know, she brought it up at the Inquisition. She calls it the Inquisition brunch because she feels like she was inquired about a lot of things, the case, right? So Ashley says that Karen is deflecting. And Karen says, no, you can't say I'm deflecting because when your ex-husband or husband, whatever he is, was pinching asses, you couldn't talk about it. You know, right, 2, 3. You couldn't talk about it. So don't act like you don't know what it's like to be in a situation where somebody's asking you a question and, you know, and it's a legal thing going on. You can't talk. And I'm like, damn, she really got it on. Like, no shade. Like Ashley really can say too much. I mean, she had her. And so then, you know, Karen is so funny because I knew that this was going to be a problem the first episode when Ashley gave her those Uber gift cards. I said, this is some shade and I feel like it's going to come up. So she was like, just like those Uber cards, I should have gave you those cards back so you can pay for that damm, what's it called on your
Uber to get that
human being acorn on your foot. Because Ashley apparently has bunions.
Yes.
And so, you know, Ashley's like, yeah, I got one on this foot too. And I'm like, okay, we didn't need, that's okay. We didn't need that, Ashley, but I get it. So they go back and forth. Ashley throws a shot at Karen about you need to worry about possibly getting jail time. And then Karen was like, okay, why are we going that far? I'm talking about your foot. Why are you talking about my case? You know, why are we going that far? And so the last bit of the conversation, they kind of talk about wanting an apology from Giselle about moving. They said they want to move forward, but Stacy is the fourth person, and she's saying that, well, they'll move forward if they get an apology, and that's how they will move if they get an apology. Ashley doesn't feel like Giselle will give one, but we'll talk about that later. So, Antonio. Oh, sorry, Dream. Thoughts?
Gangsters and alcohol was hilarious to me. I screamed. And this scene, it made me like Jazzy because she was unfazed by everything that Ashley was saying when Ashley was trying to play the victim about the door closing on her because it really didn't hit her. It did not hit her at all. So Jazzy was kind of looking at her like, girl, and she gave it to her. She seemed so unfazed. Karen walking into the house screaming, what the F? I was like, what is she okay? But she probably was, you know, drinking a little bit. Maybe Ray drove. So, hey, she can drink, I guess, right? But she did gag me and Ashley, apparently, whenever she said that Michael was pinching asses 1, 2, and 3. And when they did the flashback of how Ashley was handling that situation, she's like, girl, they don't have video footage because I think they paid Monique to delete the footage. But we have audio of the cameraman saying something to Michael about doing that. So I feel like in a way we kind of have some evidence that Michael did that, but Ashley still deflected. So Karen got her good with that one. She really did. I think that's all I can say for that situation. Ashley putting her feet on top of the countertop, No, I would have.
She's very on brand for her. I mean, her kids climb on the countertops and
Ooh,
they hang by their arms and stuff. I mean, hey, why would she not put her foot on the counter?
you're right.
Yeah, and which is crazy because she probably don't even know how to respect somebody's countertop because I'm sure her and Sheila didn't have one when
Beach house, the Barbie beach house.
No, they probably even before she got the house, she probably didn't have a countertop in her house to put her foot on, so she didn't know what to do. So that's why she thought that was okay. I don't. I'm glad that Karen kind of like stuck it to Ashley a little bit. I think that she needed it, and you can tell that she got under Ashley's skin because Ashley came back with something just, so harsh, like, oh, you better hope you don't go to jail, and I'm, glad you didn't kill, or you could have killed someone, or I'm sorry, unalived someone, or something like that. So I'm glad that they were able to kind of, dead that conversation. I don't get why it's so hard for them to understand that. Y'all can, and that's why she says go read, but the lady can't just talk about everything right now, especially being that it's an ongoing case. Ashley, just like you stated, you couldn't talk about it, even though we had seen where, your ex-husband had grabbed people's butt and stuff like that. So it was very odd. I like Jazzy. I'm glad that she's in a position now that she's in and getting some camera time so far. And she does seem very quick-witted. Like, the gangsters and alcohol thing was good. It was really good, especially being that we know what happened at their, last GNA event. It kind of went with that. Yeah, for sure.
I concur. And they, the streets was saying, that the people really like her. They really like her. And she has a confessional. It looks like the official friends of this season are Jazzy, Vivian, and Jacqueline are the friends of, because they all had confessionals. Vivian
has a confessional?
I didn't see Vivian.
She didn't have one? I think she did.
I haven't seen her.
You sure?
I haven't seen her. I would have remembered that week.
I haven't even heard Vivian.
Well, I know Jacqueline had one because I know she.
I seen Jacqueline. Yeah, I seen Jacqueline this episode.
Because she looked crazy, but I thought Vivian had. Maybe I was just dozing off, and I don't know. Maybe I saw Sharice or something. I don't know. Maybe it was a flashback. All right. So then I'm gonna put these scenes together. These next three scenes. Wendy is with her mom, and she's talking about her relationship with Eddie's parents and her upcoming birthday, and basically they discuss whether or not they're going to invite them to her party. Her mom is like, sure, you should. Let's move forward. We see Kiana and her mom, and first of all, they look just alike.
They do.
They could stand next to each other, and I really wouldn't know who was who. But she looks just like her. But her whole thing is that she's moving in with her boyfriend, and it's just their relationship. She's talking to her mom about all the things that he possesses, and that she's like money, and basically he has everything that she wants in a man. So that's gonna be, I guess, like her side things, moving in with him and stuff like that, and her relationship. And then we see Giselle, the kids, the twins, and Jamal, who is back, who's not in the phone. He's there. They're going to their homecoming dance, and we see Kyle. I know Kyle is Antonio's fave. He loves Kyle. Antonio loves Kyle. But I didn't know that she met Kyle from Jamal.
Yeah, I remember that because they said I think he used to be Jamal's barber or whatever.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That makes sense. But she actually says that she wants to apologize to the ladies because I'm sorry. Yeah, she basically blames Karen. She feels like she took it out on them, and the real issue here is Karen. I'm glad that she said that. I'm like, okay, this is a new Giselle, because the previous Giselle would have not. But think about it. How could she really not move forward? How could she move forward without apologizing? Who would she have?
Exactly.
I mean, she really honestly got just Ashley.
She's playing smart.
She has to. I like that she's in this position because she's in a position that she's put many people in the past, like to where she has the upper hand because she has numbers. But unfortunately, this season she don't have the numbers. So it's what it is. But she talks about that, and we see the girls. Obviously they're 17 now, I believe. Because they were 16 last year, I think. So next year, I think they'll be leaving and going to college. So she talks about that. And so we just basically see them get dressed and they get their hair done. And they go, talk about the curfew time. Nothing else really there. So any thoughts on Wendy's relationship with Eddie's parents, Kiana and her mom, or anything with Giselle, Jamal, the twins, and the other ladies that she apologized to? Antonio.
I hope that Wendy and Eddie, for sure, and his parents, they kind of fix that, situation, at least get to a point of where they can be cordial, and stuff like that. So I hope that, Wendy receiving the Mother's Day text was kind of like a, opening to that door they can all go ahead and walk through and, kind of be, cool as a family. Kiana, I like Kiana last season. I'm still liking Kiana this season. I'm liking how they are taking their time and introducing, the newbies to us and giving us a peek into their personal lives and, meeting parents and spouses and stuff like that. So I'm all for that. And with Giselle, I think, her daughters are probably the best part of her, because we all know that Giselle is an evil person. I think that Cal, I hated that even after he had did those girls' hair, it looked like somebody needs to go and redo it. Like, why is it already frizzy? And you just did it, like she just got out the chair. Why is her hair frizzy? Like, is he using cheap flat irons? He not using good product? Whatever it is, he needs to correct that. But I don't think he will, because look at how Giselle's hair looks. And he's been doing her hair since she's been on the show season 1. But the girls looked great. They looked beautiful. It was good to see Grace and her makeup. So, and also Jamal's Gucci outfit. I don't care if it was Gucci down to the socks. It was ugly. With a capital U, a L, and a Y. That was ugly. That was some bullshit. And that's
oh my gosh.
Okay.
I knew you were gonna say something about the girl's hair.
And I heard, and that makeup comment, that's crazy. All I think about is Jasmine.
That's why I said
about their makeup. But anyway, Grace is doing great.
Yes. I think it's great, honestly, that as Wendy's glowing up, so is her mom, because her mom looks so much better than when Wendy first started as well. Like, so Wendy's taking her money, she's glowing up and using it on her mom too. I hope that her and Eddie's family get it together for the sake of the children. The mom is still being a little bit petty though. She said that if the other grandma comes up to her, it's gonna be on and popping.
But she said if the other mama, didn't want to speak to her back, then it was going to be a showdown, because she said that happened before.
Right, because the lady didn't want to hug her. Let me stop on Wendy's mom, because that's someone's mother.
You don't want to go there with her mom.
I don't.
Right.
I don't.
Neck of one job. So no.
As far as Giselle's girls are beautiful. It's really good. Once again, every time it comes to them, to see them grow up on camera, we literally seen them when they were like little girls. So it's nice to see that they have a good head on their shoulders, because they do. I think Giselle and Jamal did a good job with them. What was I going to say? Giselle really has no choice but to apologize to the other ladies. It's refreshing to kind of see this side of her, though, because we're really not used to seeing her do that. She's usually has like a chip on her shoulder for a long time. Yeah, and it affects the show. It affects the relationships that the other girls have. So for her to own up to it, I think that's really good.
Yeah. I agree. I'm not enjoying Giselle, but she's okay. Like, I'm not like, ooh, this is getting on my nerves, It's really, the only person that really irks me is Ashley. Honestly.
Ashley's hair did look good. Look, I'm sorry, but that little half up, half down at Stacy's house, I thought it was cute.
I thought it was the best of the worst.
Well, listen, I don't do hair. I ain't even got no hair, so that's why I just shut up. All right, so there's 2 other scenes. I'll put these together as well if I get to the dinner scene in the trip. So we see Mia and Ink. First of all, let's go back. The taglines. Who do y'all think had the best tagline and the worst? So I meant to talk about that at the beginning.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, so I remember Kiana's was like, I mean business, I stand on business, I am the business. I
have a business.
Oh.
I mean business and I stand on business.
I kind of thought
that.
thought
I
that
did
was
like that one.
cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie though, I like Mia's.
I
Mia's
thought Mia's would have been good, and no shade, but for like a Love and Hip Hop, if they did taglines or something.
I don't think that. I hate that she
thought it
made
was
her
so
tagline about a
tacky.
man.
I didn't like that it was about a man, but I liked the way it fit just because his name
It
was
was
Ink.
great. Like it was like, okay, who came up with that part? Like it was good, but I'm like, I wish she wouldn't have made. I mean, but hey, this could be her. This could be her forever man.
It could
But
be. And
It's
I
not
did
gonna
feel
be.
like Karen's needed more. Like I feel like there was something else that was supposed to go with it. Yeah,
it was unfinished. I think they may have. She was recording and then the phone died, and they just because I don't think that it was finished. I don't.
it was like this supposed to have more to go to it. Like
I am. What she says, I am the fence, and I'm so tired of this damn fence.
Right, she needs to start mentioning fences and gates right now.
We need to leave.
It's the wrong words.
I think I did like it was one more.
I don't remember.
Was it Stacey's?
Stacey's. I don't remember hers. I remember Giselle's. I remember Ashley's was. You know what? Ashley, that was my worst one. It was something about diving in and some kids or something. That was the worst one. Ashley's for sure.
Yeah, I would say I really like Kiana's, and I can't remember Stacey's, but I did like it.
And I remember Giselle was something like when the girl's away, Giselle will play or something.
Giselle is here to play, something like that. Play. Something like that. That's the energy I feel like is behind that.
But Ashley's was the worst for sure.
Let us know in the chat which one did you like the most. Oh wait, Dr. C who said Karen is the gatekeeper of keeping information. Okay. Oh, not revealing the truth about herself. Oh, Dr. C who that's.
Oh, she said she was the fence and the gatekeeper or something like that.
She almost hit the fence and the gatekeeper.
Almost hit the fence and the deer, but allegedly. And I actually read today that she asked to get that dismissed, but I thought somebody said it was dismissed, but I think I read today they said
when I read she did ask for because she felt like they did something that they weren't supposed to, and that the people was like,
they didn't. Supposedly they didn't read her Miranda rights, so she doesn't want the body cam footage to be in the case, but they denied that, right?
Allegedly,
yeah, something like
that.
Thank you, no chasing. Allegedly. We ain't trying to get no lawsuits around here from nobody. Allegedly. All this is alleged, except for, not everything, but
everything's alleged except for
but yeah, Mia and Ink. So Mia and Ink over there, we see Ink a lot. I actually was paying attention to his height to see how tall he was. I really can tell because we know Mia is huge. She's like, it's so she probably I think she's taller than me, maybe. I don't know. I ain't that short, so just know that. But still, so we actually we see Jacqueline, but those are Jacqueline kids, right?
Yeah.
So Jacqueline, I didn't know Jacqueline had kids. Did I miss this? I didn't know that. So
they never even.
All we know about Jacqueline is that she didn't have deodorant, huh?
I think they kind of mentioned that about some kids, like whatever that season was.
I didn't remember.
But they never like really properly introduced her. So to see this, it was kind of like, oh, okay. So we meet her kids and the man, the
PP.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we see Jacqueline and her kids, and we also meet Jacqueline's ex.
I don't know if they were married or not.
I think it was husband. She said they're separated.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, Jacqueline in true tacky form, let's just not forget, she allegedly was messing with G. She forgot her deodorant and toothbrush on one trip. And she also is just sharing to the world and in this moment that her ex-husband she calls him, what she called him? Big P or something?
She calls him PP because of the parental partnership or whatever
he has a big PP.
He has a big PP allegedly.
And I was just like,
she's giving Mia like just kind of.
He's just like so tacky. I'm just like, I don't know. So we also find out that apparently in the past, Ink tried to talk to Jacqueline. Did I hear that right? Or was
yes, you heard that correct.
Okay, so I was like, so then Giselle was on to something when she asked, had Jacqueline had Ink at some point, because it's given that she might have had him. I don't know. Jacqueline, I don't know why they would have forced her on us. I ain't with it. I'm not with her. I don't like it. And I think next week, and based off the preview, it looks like Karen lets her have it. We're gonna see. So, basically Mia just talks about taking care of Gordon. We know that she says that they live in the same complex, but sometimes they'll get an Airbnb because she gets tired of having to take care of him, change his diapers. He has hanging nails. She make it seem like she is his whole healthcare keeper. Like he just can't. I don't know what's going on over there, but that's what. Listen to Mia. It sounds like she's literally changing his diapers, burping them, and all these things. I don't know, but that's what she says. Then we see Stacy and her boo, her man. And first of all, that trainer man, he was fine. Okay, I don't know who he was. He was fine. But if you are watching Fine Trainer Man and you on my side of the world or side of life, come on. Oh, hey, Antonio.
He really trying to get a domestic situation up in here.
In their situation, though, we know that he's not intimate. He's saving himself for marriage, and it looks like Stacy wants to just jump on this man and just do whatever. She want to just get this man going, but he's not going to do it, apparently. I would say Stacy's so small. I didn't know she's so tiny. No shit, but she's just so tiny. And then there was another scene with Mia and Ink, but basically we find out that Giselle apologized. And, they just talk about Karen and the case, being a criminal case now. So any thoughts on either of the Mia and Ink scenes, Jacqueline and her tacky self and PPP loan or whatever she called them? I don't know what she called that man. And Stacey and her, non-intimate relationship.
I think that Ink, very peculiar looking guy, but he seems like he's really nice. He does seem like he's into Mia. I don't know if the cameras made him amp it up a little bit or not, but yeah, I just think I think it's odd the way Mia kind of talks about Gordon. Like it's very odd. And I know we got the hashtag Mia be lying, but I also feel now Jacqueline be lying.
We do have that hashtag Mia be lying, Jacqueline
be lying, because I just feel like where did this come? Like, oh, well, he couldn't go have access to her no more, so he was asking me out to dinner. I'm like, girl, I mean, clearly we seen you a couple of seasons ago. You was hungry, so maybe you were hungry. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't have deodorant and toothpaste, so you surely didn't have no damn food. So yeah, he probably thought you was hungry. So yeah, that was just kind of, that whole scene could have been axed. Like we didn't need that. I will say that those Jacqueline's kids though did look a lot like that man. So the other scene with her and Ink, it made me kind of chuckle a little bit when he said auntie. I initially thought he was talking about Karen, but he's like Giselle, so that was kind of funny to me. The scene with Stacy and TJ and the trainer, TJ, Stacy's beautiful, TJ's like a handsome older man. He even kind of got that older man haircut going on. It was kind of like an afro. It could work, but it don't really work because he ain't got the right taper and stuff like that. But anyway, I thought it was very, I don't know, it piqued my interest a little bit when they asked in the interview, was he a virgin? And she says that he's been intimate with partners before, but he wants to wait until he's intimate to marriage until he's intimate with a woman. So I'm like, so
I was confused. That did throw me off, but I just kept on watching. Like, I'm not gonna really dissect.
Okay.
This could go a lot of different ways. I was like,
okay, I'm gonna leave that alone as well then, because I was like,
maybe we'll find out more.
Okay, cool.
Maybe.
But I don't know. And then he did seem a little bit awkward when she was like, he was like, I'm not gonna have sex with you, and she was like, you don't have to say it like that. So he did say, and it could have been the cameras that maybe threw him off, a little bit as well. But hopefully they become a bit more comfortable and not as awkward on camera, because kind of threw me off a little bit. And her wording really threw me off and made me think of something else,
I see you in the chat, Chase. That's what I was thinking too. Like, okay, maybe that, but I don't know.
What did he say?
You got to go to the comments. I don't want to say it out loud.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly, it was said that he's bi. I don't know if he.
The way she
in the comment that he said.
No, the way she worded it did give off like was like maybe because she said intimate with the woman, so I'm like, has he been intimate with men? Maybe.
That's
Hey, you
why
know what?
And when she said, "Why do we get the big black balls?" He said, "Because that's what every man wants."
And I thought that could go two ways. Like, meaning,
Yeah.
does it mean like every man wants their own pair of big balls? Which for me, I don't want no big old balls. I want like regular ice. I don't want no really big balls. Or
Okay.
was he meaning like, you know, you want the balls as they're attached to someone else? I thought, you know, okay, y'all in this wording, this scene is kind of throwing me a little bit. But her wording in that confessional about he's been intimate with partners, but he's waiting into marriage before he's intimate with a woman, that kind of like, okay.
It was definitely like,
clarify that, Miss Stacy. If you watching, we need clarification. Thank you.
yeah.
For me, it seems like Jacqueline is like sabotaging Mia's relationship. She doesn't have the ex, she doesn't have the husband. She's saying that Ink want her. I'm like, why would you say this on camera? Let the lady be happy. Like, she done told the business saying it was a business relationship with Gordon. I'm like, dang, Jacqueline, she don't.
I think she wants Mia's spot, honestly.
You know, she can't get her lick back because she was embarrassed last season. So I don't know. I just don't like the way that she's doing that. But as far as Stacy, that man basically told her that he didn't want to smash her numerically, alphabetically. He told her in so many different ways. And I was like, dang, like, I don't know if it was he was joking and like the way that you know how the camera is, like it didn't just we didn't catch the humor in it. But the body language between them was weird to me. It seemed like she was trying to go towards him, like, and just be close to him, and he was backing up.
Whoa.
Yeah. He kept backing up. She said 1 through 10. How much do you want me? He said, what, HQ? That means none. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, ooh, that hurt me. That hurt my feelings.
I would hope
honestly.
that Stacey is being as smart and beautiful as she is. She ain't just like being trolled or trolling us. Because from watching this from the TV, I would say all these things could be assumed. And it not even assume, it could seem like that's the case. Just because.
And then it's like, is he her boyfriend or is he her friend that she wants to? Because she kept calling him, like she keeps saying friend. I'm like,
oh no, she did say friend. You know what? Leave it up to Potomac to get down to the bottom of it. You better know that Ashley's going to poke.
I don't want Ashley to poke because I want Giselle to do some poking, or Kiana or somebody. I don't want Ashley to do nothing. I mean, but I'm sure Ashley would know because we know over there in her house with her husband, they, you know, LGBTQIA, so he probably would have the tea. So maybe she should go home and ask Mike.
No, you don't, Chase. You don't think Stacey's smart? I think she's smart. No.
Yeah, airhead.
She's an icon, calling it now. Yeah, I hope she's an icon in her own way, not in the way that we discussed in the chat, because that would not be iconic, right? All right, so one of the last scenes before they take their trip, they go to, I guess, dinner. I think it was dinner. I don't think it was lunch. And it's Giselle meeting up with the ladies. I thought it was just Giselle and Ashley meeting up with Jazzy and Stacey, but Wendy showed up too. You know, Giselle just basically says she wants to get to know Jazzy and Stacey outside of Karen. You know, Stacey is supposed to be Karen's friend, and Jazzy is Mia's friend. So I guess these are two people that she's not on bad terms with Mia, but you know, she's whatever. Like, she wants to get to know them, right? So I feel like it was a little way of her trying to rally them to get them to her side. Maybe a little dinner. You know, she worded it as I want to get to know them, but I think she was like, okay, I have to actually play nice with these girls, or so they can maybe side with me because I need them on my team. That's what I got. Jazzy, you know, she's just shady in general, but it's like kind of slight shade. I like her approach on things. You know, she's kind of meets things like head on. Like, you can tell like when something's on her mind, and she'll say it, and with shade, not nasty. At least we ain't seen that yet, right? But Giselle apologizes to them, and it's like, it's not about y'all. Wendy arrives, and they talk about the trip that is being planned to North Carolina for her birthday. Wendy's turning 40, and it's that Wendy's going to show what, 4 years now? 4 years? 5 years?
No, this is Wendy 5th season.
Okay, so she's on the show at 35.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then they talk about Stacy, and Stacy starts talking about her life, and she talks about her daughter and the divorce she's going through. And Giselle's is like, well, you kind of sound kind of sad, like. And Stacy's like, well, I would never be happy about a divorce because that's not something to be happy about. I like the way she worded that too. I mean, I get both sides, but I like some people could be like, oh my God, thank God, I would never. But then her approach is more like, listen, I'm not like sad, but I'm also not happy that this is over because it's a divorce. So I like the way she worded that. But then in this moment, Ash is like, oh yeah, girl, she ain't sad. She got a new boo. Why would she be sad? And Stacy's like, oh, okay, Ashley, you messy. And so then Stacy kind of calls Ashley out by saying, it's not really about like, being ashamed of this person, because Ashley just says that she doesn't understand. She's like, I didn't think it was a secret, but it's also not your business to tell. Let's just start there. Whether it's a secret or not, like she talked to you about this, let her tell her story, her truth. Ain't nobody telling you about what you got going on, how you paying for the house, or, if you file a divorce, nobody's doing that to you, right? You're telling your own story. So Stacy calls her out. And, Stacy is just gagged at how messy Ashley is. And I'm like, well, maybe we finally got somebody on this show that has not watched the show, because she would have to know that Ashley's messy. It's messy as hell. Like, she is probably the messiest person now on the cast left. Everybody else got a little shade here and there, but she is messy. And so, Ashley kind of backs down a little bit afterwards, and Stacy gets her point across, and that's kind of how the scene ends. Just basically saying, like, listen, it's not about who I'm dating. I'm not ashamed of the person, but I have a daughter, and the daughter doesn't know. But I also don't understand, like, sometimes how they be saying, like, my daughter doesn't know, but they're also on these shows. So it's just like, I mean, I ain't saying your daughter watches the show, but do you really think you're gonna be able to hold it in for too much longer? I mean, what, 6 months at most? You film it, 6 months later it come on. I mean, she's gonna know. So anyway, thoughts on this whole scene with Ashley? With Jazzy, Stacy, Ashley, and Giselle and Wendy. Drink.
I'm glad that it seems like Stacy, she really does. I know I said this when we reviewed the first episode, but she really does kind of remind me of Kenya. I feel like she has like that pop in her. She's trying to get to know the ladies and get to know like their personality types, but I feel like she's gonna go after Ashley, and I feel like she probably could handle Ashley in the way that Ashley needs to get handled. You know what I mean? But she was basically saying, like, Ashley, it took me a couple of days to let you know X, Y, and Z. You're just gonna tell these ladies like that? Like, dang, telling my business like that. So I understand where she's coming from for feeling some type of way, because you kind of do want to tell your business first and then like let the ladies gossip about it or whatever. But it's true to Ashley to do something like that. It was no big deal to her. But what got me was Stacy was saying that she wasn't happy about the divorce, and Ashley went ahead and put that little information. Well, you're talking to somebody, like, she's happy, she's good, she's moving forward. Like, she's saying that she's not happy about the divorce. Let this woman speak for herself. As far as Giselle definitely needs people on her side. I feel like that's the only reason why she held that lunch and why she apologized. It kind of didn't even seem like she wanted to apologize, because she didn't say, I'm sorry. She said, apologies are given, or something like that. She never said, I'm sorry. So I don't know. It's refreshing, though, that she did apologize, because I do like seeing Giselle in this light. I like seeing Giselle being friendly with the other ladies, because I'm not going to say that she's enjoyable. She's been enjoyable lately. So I got to give that to Giselle.
Okay. Antonio?
I think that looking at as the camera was showing Stacy, it did seem like she really wanted to like latch on to Ashley and verbally assault her, but I think she kind of held back. I think in that moment it seemed to me that it kind of clicked, like who she was really dealing with, because I think she thought, oh, Ashley's cool, she's younger, you can be cool with her and tell her. And we saw, Ashley got right to the table and just kind of let it out. And I'm thinking because, she brought up the thing about her daughter, kind of finding out, was because I guess when she told Ashley, it was said in a different context, whereas Ashley was like, oh, you ain't sad about divorcing that man.
Right.
Whole nother,
right. You good, girl. You getting some more meat.
Exactly.
You ain't getting no more meat, but
So, so you could tell. So I get why she was upset with Ashley, and I hope that I see her or Jazzy or Kiana or all three or somebody, really like Ashley is someone that as of at this point, somebody needs to dig in her to the white meat. Like they need to hit her below the waist a lot of times. And I'd really, be okay with that. It's just like whatever. I agree with the comment. I wanted last season or the season before to be Ashley's last season, but I really, really want her gone now. I'm not for sure why she was brought back, but hey, they brought her back. But I hope this is it for her. Absolutely. It was also, I'm sorry, one other thing, Wendy kind of showing up, it was like, where you come from? But I get what, Giselle, I guess, is I don't know if she's trying to rebrand herself or what, but that's still just seeing them even be.
You seem out of place because I will say too, because she didn't go to Giselle's event at all.
At all.
So, at all.
So it is kind of, I get it that they have to be cordial because they're filming, but I don't know, it's just still kind of odd and fake, and it could not be fake, but as of right now, it seems a bit fake to me how they, are just like, okay, but then I'm like, well, it seems like Wendy has always wanted to be Giselle's friend, and I guess maybe she feels like this is the season where they could be friends, so I guess that's it.
I'll say this too, just to add, as far as Ashley kind of speaking out, whereas it was like, wrong, anybody could do something like that. I think it's just that she kind of doubled down on it. Like even when she realized that it wasn't okay, that that Stacey didn't like the fact that she said that, she was just like, what's the problem? What's the secret? Like she just kept going. And so like, I would have been okay had she been like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I apologize in that moment, but she just kept going as if she didn't did nothing wrong and had every right to say what she wanted to say, because why would it be a secret? So
because her goal was the time to spill that lady's tea.
Yeah. She said, I didn't know you were trying to tell everyone individually. Like,
you're right, exactly. And she says, and that's what Stacey was like, I don't like the way you brought it to this table. Like, because the context of the situation, and I think Sean just said, I think more was said at the dinner. I agree. I think more was definitely said. But if you look at the way it came out in the way of, okay, she's not, she's not sad, but she's not really happy about this divorce. But she definitely ain't sad because she got a whole other man over here. Like that's the way it came out. And even Ashley's response after finding out that Stacey was upset about it was the same way. So Ashley just needs to go on with her bunion.
Why does she keep doing her eyes like that? I'm like, are you geeked up or what? Like, what is going on? This thin bob and this blue eyeshadow. She looked ridiculous.
Her confessional.
I hate that damn confession. I really hate the little wet one, the wet little thing.
Oh, that is probably the worst one, if not the one of the worst confessionals ever. That it's supposed to be like a finger wave or something. I don't know what it is, but she
looks like what's the lady name that was on what's her name, y'all? The first black pop star, female pop star. What's her name? You know who I'm talking about. Smoked cigarettes, got the voice.
Grace Jones?
Nope. I can't think of her name. It went out. She was on Celebrity Apprentice with Nene. I can't think of her name. What? Have me find his name now in the chat, y'all. It'll come back to me at some point. It'll come back to me.
First black female pop star. Oh.
Right. Yes. Well, not the first, but one of the
Beyonce?
first. No. No. Dionne Warwick. Yes, that was she reminded me of. That little hair. Thank you. I was like, what's her name?
Well, it was really hers and Mia's that were bad. Mia's platinum confessional.
Mia looks terrible with that blonde hair.
Mia looks horrible with that hair. That especially even the little green screen of her open, that looks horrible. It looked like she just put this little white little plastic bag on here and they crinkled it up and said,
not crinkle it up.
Thank y'all, Miss P, Sammy, Keegan, Jen, Bunny, because I was like, what is this lady's name? And the thing is, I know her. I be forgetting her name. But yeah.
Yeah, Warwick popped in my head, but I was like, okay, she ain't no pop star. Sorry. She was like R&B. I don't know. I think it was like
boy, back then they considered that pop.
Okay.
this. I wasn't born. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I was, but I wasn't like thinking about that. So anyway, so to finish this episode off, I'll put the link in the chat for the callers too. I know y'all want to call in. Make sure y'all can't be on her all night now. I got to go get my hair done. So here's the link. But the last scene was them actually leaving. As I titled this video, Potomac is fun, y'all. The energy was just so fun. Like them getting at the airport, they were just all excited. I think they have a really great cast. And like I said, I like that, you see the dynamic shift, but I don't think that the OGs are out of place. The only person I feel like is out of place, and I'm not saying it because I don't like her, I think it's Ashley. Because it's crazy that she is maybe even younger than half the women over here, but she does not fit in with them at all. Like she does not even just her style, just her own energy. She's not that kind of fun. So she really, really puts herself with Karen and Giselle. And to be honest, Karen can sometimes often be with these girls as well. So I don't know. But I put this fun energy. Stacey is not going to fly. I think there is something, and she's honoring, who was it?
It was her uncle. I guess he was killed in a aviation accident or something like that. So they don't, I guess her and her family maybe don't fly the month of May.
Okay. So, but she goes on a trip though. So how she
driving?
She drove.
Dang, how far was that?
Well, probably not. It's from Charlotte to DC. So what, maybe 6 hours possibly or something like that.
I'm weak. Sammy
it's
said,
Potomac. They don't go far.
Sammy said that Ashley head too big to fit in anywhere. Damn, Sammy. All right, but Stacey's not flying, but she's gonna meet them there. When they get there, they're separated into the vans based off of it's Giselle, Jacqueline, and Wendy. It's Kiana, Ashley, and Jazzy, and Karen and Mia. I thought it was so funny how this was done because you got people in the van that just. I think the most awkward one was Ashley, Kiana, and Jazzy because Kiana don't really care for Ashley and her friend because of the whole incident, and Jazzy just like whatever because of the event. But I think Jazzy's kind of moved on. They have the conversation, they talking. Giselle, Jacqueline, and Wendy. We know Giselle and Wendy just kind of made up, so they cool. And Jacqueline doesn't fit in anywhere. She's just taking up space. Anybody on this panel or on this chat could have been a better friend of the show than her, or whatever. But then we see Karen and Mia. And they're just talking. Mia's trying to get Karen to open up more about the case. And Karen is just like, not really giving her much. And Mia's like, it's on the internet. And then Karen's like, well, go read it. if you see it, go read it. And so Mia is saying that she thinks that Karen's going to break. She's worried about her and just want to make sure she's okay. I don't think that's true. I think she just trying to start some mess. You already really don't care for her. You're making comments about the case and stuff like that. So you don't really care. But that's how the episode ends. And we see what's to come over the course of the trip. And it looks like we're going to see Karen get into it with Ashley. We're going to see the Stacey. What's it, Stacey? Well, it seems like they're trying to convince Stacey that Karen is not necessarily, not a good friend, but maybe she shouldn't defend her so much on this case. Yeah. And then we're gonna see Jacqueline was crying. I'm assuming Karen gets into her. Like I said, she had never addressed what was said that Jacqueline said that she was possibly drunk. But then again, I don't think that Karen even knows yet because it never came out. We haven't seen. So it should be a good little trip in terms of like drama. Probably broken up into like 2 or 3 episodes, maybe 2. But any final thoughts on this episode or the last scene from either of the panelists?
I'm excited for the next trip. It looks entertaining. I need somebody to get in I need somebody to handle Ashley. That's what I do need. Out of all the girls, that's the only thing that I really want to happen. And it seems like with the new girls that came on the show, so Jazzy, Stacey, and Kiana, I feel like one of the 3 or all 3 are going to give Ashley what she's looking for. And I'm kind of excited for it.
Okay.
I think with the whole them asking Karen questions and she's saying, hey, if it's out there on the internet, go ahead and read it. I get, it's not like the lady has been exonerated and found not guilty or whatever. It's still an ongoing case. So she can't sit there and say, yeah, I was driving in the car. I had been drinking. I had 2 bottles of wine. I decided to drive anyway. She can't give details because that can be used against her. So I'm glad that she said, if I say something, it could incriminate me because of, they're gonna request or subpoena the recordings from this show. So I hate that they say, oh, she doesn't want to admit it or she doesn't want to talk about it. It's like the lady gonna say, yes, I was drunk or whatever the case.
Right.
She just
Yeah.
can't do that. Like that wouldn't be smart for her to do that. So it's good that she, now granted, once it's over, she's still not going to talk about it, but at least in this moment she has a good reason, why she isn't talking about it. I want to see what happens on the trip, and I don't know. It seems like, I guess Mia and Karen or somebody gets into it because they, brought up like, oh, you have two DUIs, and Karen said, I don't have two DUIs, dingbat. I was
That definitely has to
It's
be
gonna
what
be
it is.
interesting. It seems like it's gonna be a lot of things going on. Hopefully some fun too. But it did look like it's gonna go down in North Carolina. And I think this is where I know in the preview, Stacey was like, "Show some respect. It's her birthday." To Wendy. So I'm assuming all this happened. And I'm just excited. I'm actually looking forward to it. I probably won't be able to watch that episode because I won't be in the country if they even let me watch it over there. But I can't wait to get back and watch it because I'm actually excited for what's to come. So y'all should have a really good show next week. All right, so we got one call in the queue. I'm gonna go ahead and let her on, and then we're gonna get out of here. Next week we'll be here. Danny will be hosting. And so it will be a show same time, which is 8 o'clock Eastern. If the time changes, we'll let you know. As far as Salt Lake City this week, there will not be a Salt Lake City review because we ain't gonna be here. So, but next week, if Halloween is not a priority for me, which it might be, we will have a show. But if that changes, I'll let you know about that too. Okay. So I'm gonna let this call on Lisa. How you doing, Lisa?
Hi, darling. How y'all doing on this beautiful Monday evening?
Hey,
At
How
least
are
Lisa.
you?
Let's get started, chat. Okay, okay. I'm gonna tell you something. You told us to be there at 8 o'clock. We was there at 8. You may have been 4 minutes late, but we was there though. Okay. Number one, you come up putting me out. Okay, baby. You would have told me this, Lee. I would have turned back around with in the van. Okay, because I ain't got time for your bull. Okay. Then you had the nerve to come out to the truck. Come out to the van and get you time out for some money. No, I'm not giving you no money. If you just kick me out, baby doll. Yeah, I'm not put. I'm gonna tell you something. You see a dope closing on your tail. You supposed to move your arm out the way. Okay? You supposed to move your arm out the way. I would have said, okay, they not in the mood. They don't want to get no money. Okay, let me take my ass back inside and just get through. Just me and Giselle get through partying. Okay, that shows people really don't. I'm like really like Karen has said though in her confession. People really just don't like Giselle or Ashley because didn't nobody really because they came late. You see, they made it on time to Kevin thing, and Kevin like, well, then this gonna be more than what it is, okay, y'all. So y'all need to go on over there, and that's what it is. At least they were trying to make it to your event, okay. Child, I'm so tired. And then you got the situation with Stacy and Jackson. Girl, I'm loving Jazz, girl. I'm loving her, girl. She said, act straight. No, 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 no. What y'all doing ain't straight. I don't know why they keep trying to come for my girl, Kevin, girl. Kevin cannot talk about this case, y'all. Do y'all not understand? If she talks about it, they're gonna add more charge. They probably add more charges to it. Okay, so be quiet. They did the same thing last year with Candace. They was can't get Candace to talk about the lawsuit with Michael Darby. She can't talk about it because it's on what they call this a ongoing litigation. So
Mm-hmm.
shut up. Do y'all not understand that? Yeah, I like y'all don't understand that or something. I don't even understand why they keep bringing it up. Okay. Girl, let me still go. I mean, all this other stuff. I'm hoping Wendy, mother, and her in-laws and her get that situation straight. Hope they come together for the kids and have a hope she have an amazing birthday on the show. I don't know if she might. But other than that, they could have went on with that scene because mama was doing her alcohol. Mama talking about messing people up at the party. Nah, mom, we don't need you to be messing up nobody's birthday party kind of fight. Okay, sit your tail down and just have a drink your wine and just have a good time. Okay, we don't need nobody fighting. Let's move on to Stacy. I'm gonna tell y'all, so I don't blame TJ. Babe, that you was a married woman, okay? I'm not finna sit up here and on this camera and say I want to sleep with you, and you ain't went through your voice ain't over. Your voice is not the final yet. So I'm not finna sit on TV and say I'm gonna sleep with you. Yes, I do know some people who have been who have had sex in the had sex, and then they say they want to go things and go white. They want things to go white in they future relationships, so they become after this. They
Yeah.
want to wait until they get married. So I do know folks who have done that. And so it's might be a good, but no. I'm not gonna have sex with you. You still married, baby doll. Now here we go with what's her name, Mia and Jacqueline. Now I'm gonna tell you, man, Jacqueline be telling the truth sometimes. Jacqueline don't know how to lie. Jacqueline be she don't know how to lie for me. She don't know how to lie for Mia, baby doll. She be coming out with the truth. She be coming out with the truth, and baby make Mia like. Okay, she don't not lie for her girlfriend. Girl, you got to lie for your girlfriend. Okay, this like sometime for your girlfriend. Okay, that's all. Okay, I'm still picking up on ink. It's something about ink. It's not real. I will think. Why would you and your man have to go to a BB? What they call that mess? Like
Airbnb.
you a grown ass woman. You got your own place. Gordon Red over the pot. They shut the pot with Gordon Red over there. You upstairs. So why would you have to go somewhere? He already know you sleeping around with the man. Okay. So why would you have to go somewhere? That don't make no sense. You lying again. You know what I mean? I don't believe she taking care of Gordon like that. I don't believe that. I believe that's some lies right there. I believe that's some lies because, like I said, she waiting for this money to come through with the family because she can get some of that money from the family, and he can get through taking her, Gordon get through taking care of her and Ink both. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, because that was Gordon was doing. Gordon was she was sleeping with Ink and sleeping with Gordon, and she was getting the money and taking care of Ink. Okay, that's all. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And all this messing with Giselle. Now I say Giselle and her daughters look beautiful. Giselle's daughter did look beautiful. Both of them did look beautiful. And it's something. I don't like Cal. I never liked Cal. It's something about him I just don't like about. I don't like him. Go on by your business, homeboy. Okay. You seem like you did the girl hair pretty. You did the girl hair pretty. And both of them, her girls look pretty. That's the only thing I like about Giselle is her daughters. Okay, her daughter. She got beautiful daughters. Okay, but that's the
Yeah.
only thing I can say about that. So
Okay.
congratulations to the girls.
We
And
up
let me
on
see.
time.
Let me. I'm kind of heavy. Up.
Mhm.
What's the next? What's the next one? With your apology, baby. Why you telling that woman business? Ashley don't want nobody to tell her business. Well, she wouldn't care nobody because she already told she's swinging. She told in the face. She told you she was swinging. She was swinging, so she'll copy on each other. She'll copy eater. Okay, she told y'all that. Okay,
Carp and Eda.
said Michael like that. She said Michael like that. She said
Mike.
that was the problem. That was the problem between her and Michael. That was the problem between her and Michael because she didn't want to do it no more. But Michael want her to keep on doing. Go back watch them episodes. That's why what happened between her and Monique. Cause Monique told her to get those cameras down. Now, y'all remember that she said, "Only person I told is Monique." Uh-huh. They do that, baby. They do that.
Mhm.
You go back and watch the confessions. I be remember everything they be saying. Baby, I don't know why Mia keep on kind of bring up Karen stuff. She done told y'all. Mia, shut the hell up, okay? About Karen stuff. She keep telling y'all, You know what's going on. You read it on the internet. Keep reading it. I can't not talk about I can't talk about it. I wish they'll stop pressing this woman about this case. It's getting on my last damn nerves, okay? Because I just want somebody, I don't somebody to put Giselle and Ashley in their goddamn place, okay? I really do.
Okay.
I don't care if
Now,
it's Jazz, I don't care if it's Young.
Lisa, we're about to let you go. Okay, you've been on here for a
Okay,
minute. You gotta
darling.
get
I
out.
happy birthday, darling.
Thank
And
you,
you have
Lisa.
bring more, baby doll. Okay. See y'all
Thank
next
you.
week, Antonio, y'all. Okay. Love
All right, good
you.
night.
You.
All right, thank you, baby doll. We're gonna get out of here. We didn't have anybody that's in the queue. That's why I went ahead and let Lisa stay on a little longer because usually be like crunk up in here, but we don't mind giving a little extra time because there's so much that happen in these episodes. So thank you, Lisa, for always calling in and always being committed, coming in, giving us the tea, giving us your words, baby doll, this, build a bridge. We love Lisa. All right, y'all. So like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, Dream. Thank you, Antonio. Thank y'all for watching. Shout out to Jen Bunny, Amanda, Jasmine. Come on, Jasmine. You need to come back on the show. We need your commentary.
Where's
Next
Jasmine?
week, I won't be here,
Yeah.
Jasmine. But Jasmine, tell them kids to put that ball up and come on over here. No, we miss Jasmine. Sammy was in here, Chase was in here. Who else was in the chat? Latasha, Sean, David. David's a here Scorpio. You good in my book, David. You always been good in my book, actually. Angel Hall came in here and went off on Kenya. I don't know if y'all saw that. She called. Ooh, I don't even want to say it, but Angel Hall, child, it's in the comments, honey. Is all I'm gonna say. Angel Hall went off on Kenya. So if you a Kenya fan, Kenya more. Dr. Sihu, thank you for watching. Keegan, thank y'all for watching. Miss P, if you watch tonight, thank you for watching us always. It's always a good time in here. As I said, no Salt Lake City show this Thursday, but there will be a show for Potomac next Monday, hosted by Danny and of course other panelists. So like this video again, subscribe, and y'all have a good night. All right.
Bye.
Peace, y'all. Have a good night. How I get out of here? Oh.